All right, hit it, girl.
No, you said you were taking it back for me today.
Oh, you're right. All right. Welcome back, everyone. This is Weeknights, where
Weeknight.
we're here 5 nights a week, giving you the latest, the greatest, and the shameless,
Hey.
and all the goings-ons in
Yep.
the entertainment, pop culture, and colored folks industry.
All right.
Because we
Yes.
don't report on the other folks too much. You know what I'm saying? This
Not
is
a
more
lot.
about our culture.
Sometimes we dibble and we
And,
dabble.
right, exactly. We might stick our toe in the water from here or there, but this is more about, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You see, I'm starting off the week on some bullshit. Yeah,
I see where you're at, and that's quite all right with me.
just saying.
Usually it's
I'm
me.
dancing my way. I'm dancing my way today. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, who's not dancing today?
I mean, a lot of us were dancing last night.
Definitely. Definitely.
And so
A little,
let's
little
get right
shimmy,
into it.
a
Right?
little body
It's a
roll.
lot of.
I'm Dash, by the way.
Oh, we didn't even introduce ourselves.
We didn't do
I'm so
that.
sorry.
No.
I'm so excited to talk about our topics today. You know, this Usher
Our
show.
topic.
Right? Usher, and Usher. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But yes, I apologize. I'm here with my energetic and lovely co-host.
Oh, I already introduced myself. It was your turn. I said I'm Dash. What
Oh,
up?
okay. Just Dash today, nothing else?
Just Dash today.
Oh,
Yep.
all right. My bad. And I am JD, aka He Who Pods.
Right
That's
on,
it.
right on, right on.
So
I don't know why I
come
said
on.
that.
Super Bowl
Super Bowl
last night.
58. To some people, it was Super Bowl 58. But to me, it was Super Bowl Usher 8. Okay?
It was just Super Bowl Usher.
But
That's it.
there was a pun in there. You didn't.
It was.
You just
I
because
got
they
you.
say that, he ate and left no crumbs. I had a kid say
Um,
that. I was
they
just
do say
trying.
that. You're right.
I was just
And he
trying to be a
did.
young
He did
person.
do that. He did do that.
Right. He did. Usher. First of all, Usher dropped an album on Friday. Just before his Super Bowl performance.
Right,
He
but we
said,
knew the album was coming. He announced it a while ago.
right.
But then it
But
dropped early. So you want
yes.
to start with the album or you want to start with the Super Bowl performance?
I mean, we could start with the album. I've only listened to it twice, so
Only that's not enough.
I don't have too much in-depth commentary on it quite yet. But yeah, let's talk about the album first.
All right, I'll
What did you
start.
think of it?
I thought it was cool, but it was weird.
Okay.
First of all, the songs kind of take you up and down,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's like the sequencing of the album was weird. It was
Okay.
like I'm gonna get you hype, and then I'm gonna bring you down, and then I'm gonna get
Mm-hmm.
you hype, and then bring you down, and I'm gonna get you hype, and then bring you down. It was a little weird. The sequencing was kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was weird first. Second, I want to say I have not listened to a full Usher album in a while. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of the Usher songs have led with like pop hits the last couple years, last couple albums. I know he hasn't dropped the album in a while, which is why I was excited about this one. And
Mm-hmm.
he was speaking about how it was quote unquote independent and he had so much freedom and involvement. I thought this was going to be super hot fire. I thought it was cool. I did not think it was super hot fire. Um, it was all right. It sounded like he tried to give us a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand that. I don't know if he delivered on a little bit of everything. Like some of the stuff on the album, I can't quote the songs because I don't know the full titles and stuff like that. I'll be honest, I listened to the Usher album while I was cleaning. I threw it on and went and
Yeah.
did what I had to do. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know each track by title. I don't know each track by name. But
Mm-hmm.
my point is, it just seemed a little weird. It seemed like Usher was trying to appeal to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why that is. And maybe that's what he's been doing. I haven't listened to the last couple albums, but it seemed like I'm not going to go truly into my full Usher mode of King of R&B as I've been telling people I am and as people
Mm-hmm.
have been calling me. I'm going to try to do a little bit on a trap beat, a little bit on a pop beat, a little bit on a dance record, a little bit on an Afro beat, and then a little bit of R&B too. Um, which I
Okay.
guess is fine. I'm not hating on him doing that. I just don't know if the execution was well done.
Okay.
And maybe I need to listen to it a couple more times to be able to do that. I heard it once straight through, and then I heard some, some pieces here and there last night before the Super Bowl. So I don't know. I don't know if the execution really hit the mark,
Mm-hmm.
because it was kind of weird to listen to for me, and also I just don't know if, like, I like R&B music. I thought we were getting, and then it's 20 songs. I don't know, man. It
But
was a lot of music. I don't know if it was a lot of R&B, and I don't know if I liked it all. That's what I'll say.
you don't think that playing devil's advocate here, you don't think that that's typical of Usher?
I said I don't know. I haven't listened to the last couple albums.
Even before the last couple of albums, I just feel like Usher kind of does exactly what you said, where he'll give you the dance music and he'll give you the ballads and then he'll give you like, you know, R&B hip hop collab. He'll. I feel like he usually dabbles in a bit of everything.
Okay.
Um, so I think that's interesting that you say that,
Hmm.
because I kind of feel like that's pretty typical of him. Whether it worked well together or not, different question. But I
Well,
do
that's what I'm
think,
saying. I'm not saying I'm mad he did it. I'm just saying I don't know if the execution was great.
gotcha. Yeah, I mean,
Like,
I
let's
listen.
be clear. When I listen to an Usher album, I don't expect
Mhm.
a full R&B album. I know for a
Okay.
while now that's not been his thing. He's done pop, dance, and R&B. And yeah, he'll have a hip hop feature here and there.
Hmm.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't expect, oh, I'm going to get a 100% R&B album. I don't expect that. I'm just saying that I don't think the execution was well on this 20 songs. Like, out of 20 songs,
Hmm.
I don't I don't know how many of them I'm going to keep playing over and over again.
Okay.
Um
I
and
can.
and again, maybe I haven't heard the album enough. I heard it, like I said, one time straight through, and then some sprinkles before the Super Bowl started.
Hmm.
So maybe I need to listen to it again, but I just, or first listen, it just didn't seem to me like this was the greatest Usher album, and like the execution was amazing.
Okay.
Um, which was kind of weird to me because he said in the Shannon Sharp interview that he's been working on music since the pandemic.
Hmm.
So it's not like the album was rushed. It's not like, you know, his label forced him to move stuff off the album. Um, and then, like, where was Glue and Bad Habits?
I'm confused about that. I'm confused about why those weren't on the album.
Like, are they coming on the deluxe? Because that's my
Probably.
assumption, but
That's
I
what I
just feel
thought
like,
too. But that's
yeah, but
annoying.
I don't know. I
That
didn't
part.
have too many records when I finished listening to this. I'm gonna shut up after this so you can go. I'm sorry. I didn't have too many records after my first listen that I was like, oh yeah, this shit right here, I'm gonna be playing this. This is gonna be bumped a lot. I didn't get that feeling.
I liked most of it. I don't think that I don't think I walked away from it thinking this is immaculate.
Right.
Nothing could be changed. I didn't walk away from it thinking, um, this is one that I'm just going to keep on repeat for the next couple of weeks. I didn't walk away from it thinking that, but I did think it was a decent Usher album. I felt like, yes, he gave a little bit of, more new age stuff, but he also gave a little bit of himself that, I think we all know and love. Um, I don't know the name of the I don't know the name of every song. Um, but I know one song that I did not like, and I remember the name probably just because I don't like it, and that's Big. I think that's a pretty terrible song. Anytime you have
Yeah.
to reference McDonald's in your hook, probably not gonna be good. Not a singer like Usher. Like maybe he has a McDonald's collab coming out or something.
Maybe,
Maybe he's gonna do like maybe he's gonna be a part of the next release of the McRib or something like that. I don't know,
maybe,
but it was weird. That song in particular, like every time I think about the album, I think about that song and how much I don't want to listen to it because I was like, what is this? I was really annoyed by it. I said, "Oh, okay. This better. There better not be more of this here, because this is not what I came here for." It's probably not the
right.
worst song I've ever heard, but it's just not good. Um, so there was that.
You didn't go to McDonald's and get the super
No,
size? No.
no. But listen, if he's going to parlay a deal with McDonald's out of this, why
Mm,
not? Let's learn what Usher's favorite McDonald's hack is. Maybe he puts gross, but maybe he puts sweet and sour sauce on his Big Mac. I don't know. Like, I've never had a Big Mac, so I don't even know. That was a reach for me. but, but,
but
but
you never
yeah,
know.
yeah. You never know what could happen. Maybe he puts fries on his burger or something. I don't know. Like, so I think that would be a good look for him, but I also just think that the song is not great.
Right.
Not good, I should say. Not great means that it might be something else. And it's not that
Mhm.
either. So I'm not gonna say that. But I think as a body of work, I think I was pleased with it. I was glad to get new music from Usher. I like the song he did with Lotto.
A-Town Girl.
Yeah, I thought that was
It was a cool
cute.
flip.
Yeah.
It's a cool flip.
I like that. I thought that was cool. Lotto is okay. I never had a problem with Lotto, but I feel like Lotto is growing on me. I feel like I'm thinking about her more as like a artist to contend with, and I like that. I like her flow. I like her energy. I know this is not about Lotto, but I just kind of wanted to shout her out because I'm like, oh,
No,
okay,
she's on the
Lotto.
album, so nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I really enjoy that song. I like that. I think it's cute. Um, I'm trying to think of what else.
Whoops.
Obviously,
I banged the tape. Sorry.
oh, obviously, I love Good Good. That's already been out.
Yeah.
Coming Home with Burner Boy. Um, I know some people had an issue with the fact that that started the album. I thought it was
Yeah.
cool. I didn't mind it. I didn't mind
Okay.
it. I thought it was. I thought he came with a certain energy with that first song, and I was into that. I was. He was telling us, "Hey, I'm grown and I'm coming home." And I said, "All
Sure.
right. Well, then you know what, Usher, come on home then.
Do
Come
you think this
on."
was a great album?
No, and I said that I don't think this
I
is a
know.
great
I'm
album.
just trying to.
I don't think it's a great album, but I do think it's a solid album. I
Like it
don't.
was cool, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah, it
don't.
was cool. Right?
Like I said, I don't know. I'm gonna listen to it again because it's Usher, and I did like some of it, so I think it's worth another listen. But yeah,
Yeah, I
I
feel. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I think that we also, when you don't get new music from someone for a long time and you sat with their old music for a long time, sometimes it's hard to get into their new music. So I don't want to say I don't like the album. I feel like there are a lot of mixed reviews about whether people like it or not. And that's, excuse me, that's why I keep saying I think it's a solid album. I don't think there's anything hugely wrong with it, but I think it's also disorienting when you haven't gotten new music from an artist in a long time, and you're kind of looking for an old feeling, and you're looking for an old sound. So I feel like this is something that can grow on me. I just would want more time with it before I say, oh, it's trash or whatever, because I don't think it's that.
Me either.
Yeah.
I don't think it's trash. I just don't think it's great. I don't
Yeah.
think we want the same sound. Personally, I don't have a problem with Usher using the new sounds or Usher changing his sound, but I do have an
Hmm.
expectation of Usher when it comes to execution. We have been walking around calling Usher the king of R&B. Usher has seemed to accepted the throne, and so then we have an expectation of his
Right.
execution. So no, I don't think the album is trash. No, I don't think the album sucks. But I also don't think the album is great, spectacular, or excellent. And I did expect great, spectacular, and excellent.
That's
Spectacular,
fair.
spectacular. I expected great, spectacular, and excellent, and I
Hmm.
didn't get that. Do I think
Right.
the album sucks? No, I think the album is cool, but I didn't expect cool. I expected super hot fire. And again, maybe I need to listen more, but off one listen and change, I don't know what songs are super hot fire. I think everything
Hmm.
was like, oh, okay, this is cool. Somewhere I liked better than others, but I don't think anything was like, ooh, this the shit right here, nigga. I
There's
didn't feel
one.
like that about too many. And when there's
I
20
I get that.
songs, when there's 20
You should
songs, I
feel
should
that way
probably
about
feel
some
like
of
that
it.
about a couple of them.
There was one song in particular that I can't remember right now, but there was one song that I heard and I was like, oh, this sounds like old Usher. This sounds
Probably
like
that last out, probably the last song on the album.
I don't think it's the last song. I have to go back and check, but it made me feel like, oh, this is like You Got It Bad Usher and like I
Mhm.
don't know, Burn Usher. But
Yeah, I'm less concerned with the sound, whether it's the old Usher sound or the new Usher
mhm,
sound. I don't care about that, but I do expect a high performance level from Usher. I don't think this was a high performance, which is not a bad thing. I'm glad the album doesn't suck. It would be really hard to come up here and talk about this album if this album was down here somewhere. But I
right,
also don't think the album was up here.
right.
And that's all I'm saying. I don't want to be misconstrued. I don't think the album sucks. I don't
Hmm.
think the album is trash. I think it's a lot of music, 20 songs, and maybe that's a problem. I don't know. Again, I just don't think the album was great. I think it was cool. You know what I mean? It was I, but I don't expect I from Usher. So
I hear you.
I'm disappointed there.
I hear you. I get
Back that
that.
ass up like Juvenile.
I mean, it happens. Is I think the reason why I keep talking about a sound that he once had is because I think if he would have put out a full album that sounded like that, people would have been pleased. So that's the only reason
Okay.
I bring that up
Mhm.
because if you if something is more familiar to you or more recognizable to you, you're probably going to gravitate towards it more.
Mhm.
So that's why that's something I've been thinking about, because even in having conversations with people about this album, who people I know that don't even really like run to listen to a new album have made sure they listen to this Usher album in the last few days. And I feel like that's some of the criticism that I've been hearing. Like, oh, I prefer his old stuff, or, oh, well, sometimes you're looking for something familiar and you don't
Right.
get it. And I agree with you. I think that it doesn't need to be familiar for it to be great,
Right.
but I think sometimes it helps. Um, because you take a gamble, and they know, and y'all know this as artists, you take a gamble when you try something new, or you try something that the fans are unfamiliar with. And if you already
Absolutely.
have established a sound and established a cadence, people will look for that.
Right.
That's why I'm always confused when people say things about other artists. I won't name names, but when people say things about other artists and they're like, "Oh, they always sound the same." Because they realized that there was a formula that worked, and there was a formula that y'all liked. And while I don't believe that you should never evolve your sound, sometimes that happens where y'all gonna be more excited about that than new. So
Right.
that's the only reason I pointed out, because I think that that's worth considering. Um, in this instance, we're all very familiar with Usher and what he can do, and so our expectations are automatically higher than they might be for someone else.
Of course.
Um, and that's not a bad thing. We hold him to a very high standard. I feel like he holds himself to a very high standard. So
Right.
um, I will continue to listen to it, and by continue to listen to it, I mean I'll listen to it through again. Um, at some point I'll probably just start listening to the songs that I like
Right.
rather than the whole
That's
album,
natural.
which is everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm happy he gave us some new music. I'm happy he's going on tour. He hasn't toured in 10 years, so that's
Right.
great. Looks like he had to add some new tour dates because
Oh
so
yeah, that's interesting.
yeah, I heard now there's 4 shows at Barclays because the 2 shows sold out so quickly.
Wow.
So, I mean,
I
I
hope you
like the
got your
fact that this
tickets.
past. What did you say?
I said, I hope you got your tickets.
I don't have tickets. I don't have
Better get
tickets. If
on it.
anyone would like to gift me tickets, I'm here. If anybody wants to take me out that night, let me know. I have not bought tickets. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out. But I forget what I was gonna say.
You're happy he added new dates.
No, I was gonna say something after that, and I can't remember. It probably wasn't important. But go Usher. Oh, I was gonna say I like the fact that the tour is past, present, and future,
Oh, I didn't
because
even peep that. But that's
yeah,
smart.
very smart. Because again, we want to hear the old stuff, but
Sure.
get your shit off with the new stuff. Because I do like Glue, and I mean, I would hope he does Glue, even though it's not on the album. And I
Blue
do
was
like
great.
Good Good. You know what song he's gonna do? I know I say it all the time, but you know what song he's gonna do? Daddy's Home.
Oh yeah, that's his shit.
He loves him some Daddy's Home.
Yeah.
So yeah. But, we must talk about his most recent performance
Yes. The Super
at the
Bowl.
at the
The biggest stage.
58th. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
At the 58th annual Super Bowl. Um,
You
it
could
is
tell you're not a
television's.
sports fan by how you're saying this.
Because I'm a TV fan, so I was just about to big up the fact that it's television's biggest night. Not
Right?
television's biggest night, but it's the biggest night of television in the US.
Yes.
Everyone watches the Super Bowl. I'm qualified to say this. I worked for a TV network for 6 years. I'm qualified to say this is the biggest night.
Yeah, we all know
Everyone
that.
watches the Super Bowl,
Yeah, we know that
whether
part.
you watch football or not. Like me, who no, I'm not a sports. I'm not a big sports person, and I'm more of a basketball person than a football person. So
It showed.
yeah, and that's fine.
Mm,
I'm not ashamed of that. I'm
okay.
okay. I'm okay with it. If you guys are okay, then I'm okay. So
And if they're not okay, they'll be all right.
right, exactly. So who needs to worry about this? You know, we can
No one.
talk football when you take me to the Usher concert. Whoever you are.
Whoever you may be.
But yeah, so Usher headlined the halftime show.
I mean, he was the halftime show, not headlined.
Well, there were other people there. But yes, he was
They don't count.
he was he was the main act. He was the act.
He was kind.
He was kind, you said?
Yes,
What do you mean by that?
because he let some people show up that didn't need to be there.
Oh, oof. We going there already? Right
You know,
off the bat?
you know, last year I was very critical of Rihanna's performance,
You were. I was, yep. You talked about that
and
performance for weeks.
yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be critical of someone on this one too.
Take a swig of my water. Mm-hmm.
Get it? Ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
So Usher did an amazing job. We
Okay,
saw the
starting with love.
skates. I'm starting with love. No, I mean this is Usher's performance. Usher did an amazing job.
He did. I
It
thought he
was
did great.
it was a great performance.
Lovely,
I was
beautiful.
very
Just,
pleased. He made sure to give you a little piece of a lot of records, even if it was like 2 seconds of a record.
mm-hmm.
He managed to squeeze a lot of music in that we wanted to hear.
So you were
And
okay with that? Because some people weren't.
it's well, the thing is that the Super Bowl performance most of the time is a medley. It's not
Yeah.
it's not like I got 12 minutes, I'm going to perform 3 or 4 songs in full and walk away. Usually people who are doing the show by themselves, which I know that's not, when we're looking at the Super Bowl history of performances, most of the time it's not one act.
Right.
If we look at the history from way back until now, all 58 years, it usually has not been one person. When it is one
Right.
person, they usually do a medley of their music. They don't do 3 or 4 songs and leave. There have been occasions when people have, but that's
Right.
not usually what happens. And as of late, we know specifically the last few years, we know
Mm-hmm.
specifically the last few years have been a medley every time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I expected a medley from Usher. I expected for him to give us a piece of this, a piece of that, a snippet of this, a snippet of
Mm-hmm.
that, and that's what he did.
That's what he did, and I agree with you. I think the medley is fine. I just have seen and heard the criticism that some of the songs should have been performed longer.
That's his
I
choice. I
disagree,
mean,
but sure,
yeah, I
you
mean
always want to hear
that's
more, but I didn't think that I didn't think that put a dark cloud over his performance. I
no,
think I think he did what he came to do, and
yeah,
I think he did it well. But please carry on. Just
I agree. I think that some of the song choices were weird,
okay, like
but I
what?
guess those are the songs he felt passionate about and wanted to perform. I did not expect to hear Burn. I did not expect to hear My Boo. And I damn sure didn't expect to
Uh,
see Alicia Keys at the piano singing her own song with a cold or just not having sipped her tea that day.
she was tickling the ivories.
Yeah, and something was tickling her throat because I don't know what was going on with Alicia Keys
Oh,
singing.
that's true. That's true because that for some people, I was
They
like,
didn't
ooh,
sound good.
you sound like me, girl.
Then she sounded like that the whole time. She needed to say ahem or something. Like when Usher was singing by himself, she needed to move the mic away and go, I am good.
She
Something.
didn't drink her tea with lemon,
It don't
or
sound
what
like
is
she
it? Tea
drank her
with honey.
tea.
Tea
Don't
with
sound like
honey,
she
I think
had the
it is.
honey. I don't know what was going on.
Or some hot water. Don't some people just drink hot water just to?
Something. That throat needed some soothing. And I'm gonna keep this PG because if this was my other pod, I probably would say some sexual things, but I'm not. I'm gonna keep it
Oh,
PG.
okay.
But that
Thank
but
you.
that throat needed soothing. I don't know why. I don't know if she has a cold. I don't know if she was ODing in damn it, not practice, in rehearsal.
Rehearsal.
I don't know if she was going off in rehearsal. I know T-Pain said when he did the T-Pain on top of the covers performance that he really wilded out in rehearsal and completely lost his voice. And he was able to do what he
That's
needed to do to
possible.
get it back. Maybe that's what happened. I don't know.
Because they
But
said she was
that
at the rehearsals doing her thing. So, I mean, maybe she just needed a throat lozenge.
she needed something.
Like a Halls or Luden's. Ricola.
He needed all of them because
Yeah.
she did not sound good.
Oof. Oof. Her body
And
looked
when I
good
was
though.
watching the Super Bowl, someone pointed out that the guitarist was her, her.
Yep.
Um,
Loved it.
and I didn't know that was her. I didn't realize that was her because I've seen her plenty of times before, but it didn't click. I was too busy focusing on all the usher of it all.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that was cool, but why was she there? She didn't sing their song. They have a song together. They didn't sing it. So she was there, what, just to play guitar and get some camera time? I don't understand. Wow.
I don't know, but I liked it. I liked that she was there. I liked that she was
She
invited to
did
play the
well. I'm not
guitar.
knocking what she did. She did what she had to do. She played well. I'm not knocking that, but why specifically that person?
I don't know. I did think it was odd that they didn't perform their song together. Like I guess I understand Alicia Keys because of reach, but I I know you didn't care for it, but if we're talking about you know how you love to like turn the conversation to marketing.
Sure. I
Although
did it once.
I don't think Alicia Keys has the same effect. However, I do think that in terms of reach, Alicia Keys makes sense. Alicia Keys is probably way more mainstream than her. However, I think it was a missed opportunity because nobody, I have seen an overwhelming amount of people say that they didn't need my boo last night.
Yeah, we were
If
saying that
that is the
before it even
case,
happened.
if that is the case, then I think it would have been perfectly fine, especially because Alicia Keys got to do a snippet of one of her songs to come out. You could have taken that out, and I get from a sonically the transition made sense, but y'all could have figured that out because that's what y'all do. Like that's what you and your engineer and your producers and your team, y'all. You have Usher has plenty of people to help him figure out the transitions between music. So they could have taken that out, and him and
I
her
mean,
could have done their song together or something together where she
yeah,
was able to sing.
but I didn't
Because
understand that.
but I did like that she was a part of the performance. My only thing is because of the fact that there was probably a lot of people there who didn't know who her was. So to have her come out and play the guitar and not make a sound outside of that, like with her voice, I
She
mean,
she, she mentioned that she announced him.
yeah, I mean, I guess I just feel like that
But
was a missed
that's my point.
opportunity.
Anyone could have done that.
Right, and I feel like it was a missed opportunity, especially because everybody knows Lil Jon, everybody knows Ludacris,
Well,
and
I
I'm not
am,
saying people don't. I don't want. I want to make it clear. Like I know that people know her. I
of course.
just, I just wonder how far-reaching. Because let's be honest, I said everybody was watching last night. It wasn't just us.
Right.
So that's the only reason I say that. I think it was a missed opportunity because I feel like if you had her sing, it might have been, oh, her streams are up, or her, whatever. Because it's all a game at the end of the day. Like, it's all business at the
Right.
end of the day and what it comes down to. So there was a way to do that where it would have benefited everybody. I just feel like that was a missed opportunity there. But I did like seeing her there. I did like the fact that she played the guitar. I just thought it was a really cool thing.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm always moved by the fact by people playing their instruments and playing them so well. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. But yeah, I understand your frustration with Alicia Keys. I do.
Yeah, like I mean, it's cool that we got memes out of their, hugging moment, but who cares? Like that was
Right. Who
I don't need the
cares?
memes. I didn't watch this for the memes.
And also,
So
nobody thinks that Alicia Keys and Usher are fucking. Like, I hate the whole. Anyway, we don't have to get into that.
the internet is stupid.
The internet is stupid. It's like y'all have. The problem with you kids today is that y'all don't know what real performing looks like, and y'all don't know what real duets look like. Cause since back in the day, there is a performance element. There is a bit of acting that happens on stage. If you're a good performer, you know how to put it on. And that is what Usher does night in and night out, or at least that's what he was doing when he was doing his residency, which I'm sure he'll continue to do throughout his tour. But that's what him and Alicia Keys were doing last night. That wasn't, they're two performers. It wasn't, we about to go fuck after this. That was just stupid.
Yeah, I agree. It was cool to see the interesting outfits. There was a lot of sparkles and interesting outfits, and will.i.am's helmet. I didn't even know who the hell he was for a minute. And I was like, oh, it's will.i.am. Okay, got it.
People thought
A
he was
lot of
Kanye.
interesting outfits. People on the internet have been pointing out Jermaine Dupri's interesting outfit.
What did you think
Um,
of it?
I don't really care about outfits. I was just there for the
No, no,
performance. I'm
no.
not
Don't
a
do
fashion
this.
person.
No, it doesn't matter whether you're a fashion person or not. What did you think of Jermaine Dupri's outfit?
Nothing. I don't think,
Okay.
as you once said. Yeah, I don't.
Got it.
Whatever. It was
Mm-hmm.
cool to see Usher on skates. We knew that was coming. And after seeing the Apple film and them announcing that they're doing, yeah, we knew Ludacris was coming.
Yeah.
Um, and so
Pun
that was
intended.
cool too. That was cool.
Yeah,
I
it
was
was cool.
excited that Little John got his own little snippet. They
Yes.
really turned it into a party and an exciting performance. I want to make sure I say that
Mm-hmm.
because there have been other performances that I have been critical of. The last couple years have not been super exciting. This was an exciting party type performance. He did a great job of blending in lots of different sounds, lots of different tempos, and you walked away feeling like, man, that was great. Let's keep the party going now.
Oh yeah, I could have stayed for a while. If
Right.
he was willing to keep going, if they were willing to let him, I could have totally stayed for a while because it was exciting. It did give you a rush. I
Mm-hmm.
think that I wouldn't have thought caught up to start with, but I didn't mind it. I thought it kind of set the tone and it allowed him to go in a lot of different directions too. Um, I also think getting up there and singing like straight R&B music too is it can go either way. I thought it was really cool that you could hear people in the stands singing along with him. It was
Mm-hmm.
it was kind of wild because I don't think I've ever noticed that during a Super Bowl performance. Not saying it hasn't happened. I just never noticed it.
It's
This is
happened.
I'm sure it's happened, but this is the first time that I caught it, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, are they really singing along with him? How cool!"
Mm-hmm.
Um, you've got a bunch of people on the internet now showing like their families getting up in the middle of the halftime show and
Yeah.
dancing, and young and old. Black and White, and everyone else.
In between, right?
And just I think he hit it. I enjoyed it. I liked the build up too, because that build up to Little John and Ludacris was cool. It was nice. It was like you had a good vibe going, like I said, and then you get to this point where it's, I mean, because then you got to do the my boo thing, and then but you get to the point where it's like super exciting, and it's like the big finale. And I like that. I feel like some people were like, oh, the energy was low before that. And, I didn't feel that way. I felt like I was having a good time from beginning to end.
Right.
I felt like it was a 15 minutes well spent.
Yes.
I watched it again today
Oh, okay.
and still had a good time. So I don't have anything bad to say about the performance.
So you enjoyed Alicia Keys and My Boo?
You really want? If I answer that question, you got to
I,
answer. You got to
I want
answer
an
my
honest
question about Jermaine
opinion.
Dupri.
I did answer your question about Jermaine Dupri. I didn't have any thoughts about his outfit.
Okay.
I just was
Uh,
like, oh, Jermaine Dupri. All right, cool.
you didn't think it was strange that he had little frilly socks on and loafers?
I didn't even see his socks. I got to be honest with you. I didn't.
You
I
didn't see
never
what
looked at
Jermaine
his
Dupri
socks.
looked like last night?
I did, but I wasn't looking at his socks. Sorry. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm watching the performance. Like,
This was one of
I could
those
tell you what
moments.
all of Usher's outfits looked like.
This was one of those
Like when he
moments.
took off the jacket and he had the tank
All
top
right.
under. I was like, why he's playing? Just, you're going to take your tank top off and be shirtless. And 2 seconds later, he was shirtless. I was like, all right, yeah, we knew that was coming.
I like that
And
little
I ain't
crop
mad at
top he
that
had
either,
on.
because if I had a six pack, I probably would be doing this show shirtless. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. I like that little crop top he had on. I would buy that and wear it.
Got it.
I would.
But
A little
back to what I
sparkly.
asked you, did you enjoy Alicia Keys' segment and My Boo?
I didn't need it. Did
Okay.
I enjoy it? I sang along. Did I enjoy it? It was there for me to consume. I didn't have like I wasn't completely against it, but if it was not there, I would have been okay too.
All right. So you feel indifferent.
Indifferent. Like I said, I sang along the whole time from the time she started saying some people. I sang along. I love music, so sometimes even the music, if I don't really care for it or care for it in that moment, I will instinctively just start to sing along with it or dance to it because
Got
it's just so it's like a built-in type of thing. So it didn't bother me. I just want to point out that I haven't done my yawn yet. You really are stealing my yawn, huh?
Just a tired guy. That's all.
I hear you. Yeah, I could have done with it or without it. Don't really have a preference there.
Okay.
Um, it didn't. I wasn't upset, as I know some people were, but
Like me.
I thought she looked great.
She looked great. No doubt about that.
Oh yeah, she looked.
She looked great. But she didn't sound great.
Well, I thought she looked great.
Alicia Keys looked great. No doubt about that.
Yes. I just okay. Let's be real. This is the last
Let's
thing
be
I'll
real.
say. I don't know why she was there because okay, here's what I would have preferred. I would have preferred if Jeezy was there instead of Alicia Keys.
Okay.
There's no equivalent to those two people. One has nothing to do with the other.
Right.
But he did a number of songs.
Right.
He did Love in This Club.
Yep.
And I immediately thought to myself, Jeezy belongs here.
Yes.
So we could have gotten rid of Alicia Keys and gotten two things. Is what I'm landing on. We could have gotten a little hoo 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 from her, and we could have gotten I'm what you want, I'm what you need from Jeezy. So maybe she should have not done it because then we would have gotten two for one.
That's right.
I didn't like that If I Ain't Got You was there. I think if that wasn't there, I would be a little bit more complimentary of Alicia Keys being there. But I hated that they did that. And I get that Lil Jon, they gave him a little snippet too, but it was the Super Bowl and we kind of needed that energy. The Alicia Keys stuff was kind of like, oh, that's his homie. And she was like, oh my gosh, so what time do you want me to be there? This felt like one of those situations, right, where people invite themselves. Those friends. We all
Yep.
have a friend like that who'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry I couldn't make it, but,
Right.
and then you like, but girl,
I didn't
I didn't
ask you to
ask
go.
you if you wanted to
Never asked if
come.
you were even available.
No, this feels very much like, yo, call up the homie and was like, I'm doing Super Bowl, I'm preparing for it, trying to figure out who I'm gonna get, just like casual conversation. And she was like, well, tell me when to be there, I'll be there for you, we got my boo. So definitely let me know what time is rehearsal, what date I gotta be there. And then he was probably like, shit. Y'all gotta book
And then
A
Swiss
Keys.
Beats called him and was like, "Hey, hey, I know,
I'm
I
not.
know, Alicia wilded out, but if you can make it happen, I give you a discount on your next speed." You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'll produce an album for one of your little kids or something. Gotta be. And before we close it out, I just want to say I have no problems with Alicia Keys. I like Alicia Keys music. So I don't
Oh yeah,
want this to
same.
seem like I don't like Alicia Keys.
Right.
It's just sometimes everything is not for everyone.
No, especially if you're gonna show up with a messed up voice.
Yeah, she ain't even kill it.
No,
She ain't
she
even
did
kill
not.
it. You have any last thoughts?
I was just about to ask you, should we talk about real quick what else dropped last night?
No, we talk about that tomorrow. Tonight is Usher's night. We're not talking about anybody else unless they were in the performance or on the
Got it.
album.
All right, and
We'll
that's
talk
it.
about that tomorrow.
All right, you got it. Then take us
Okay.
home.
All right. Well, this is Weeknights. Please come back because we will be back on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
That's right.
Bye.